Get ready.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Norma. You made it
I like
just in the
this.
nick of time. Diosito Santo.
If I don't look cleaned up, it's because Norma's not cleaned up.
You have that chonguito look going on. That's fine.
A hippie
Happy
thing.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to everybody watching us on Tejano TV.
Happy
Listen to us on La Jefa Jamming Oldies. To all our troqueros out there. To Sirius Tejano and Juan Mendoza and Lila Lisa Mendoza, who are celebrating their third year on Tejano TV. Thank you to everybody coming in. And if you're not watching us live, you're going to be watching us later. Thank you so much. We've got a super special show for you today. But there was two singles that I was gonna show you, but the one single from and now we'll talk about it later. But she couldn't do the drop because it was too emotional, and we'll talk about that later. So what I decided to do, yeah, and she told me I couldn't do it, and I understand, and you'll understand why. So yesterday was my dad's birthday, May 2nd, 2026. He would have been 78 years old. So we're gonna watch the last video my dad and myself did together, and the last recording we did with Los Chicanos, with David Ligarza and Armando Chori Hinojosa and everybody. So thank y'all for watching.
Me pides que deje a mis padres, lo haría todo, todo por ti, pero eso no. Me pides que deje a mis padres, que me vaya a vivir contigo. Dices que sería muy feliz al formar un nuevo nido. Tú sabes que yo te amo y yo quiero estar contigo, pero mis queridos viejitos no los dejo en el olvido. Yo haría cualquier cosa por ti. Sabes que te amo tanto. Haría lo imposible por ti. Lo haría todo, todo por ti. Pero eso no. Pero eso no. Pero eso no. Pero eso contigo, pensaba ser tuya para siempre, pero eso que tú me pides no me cabe en mi mente. Yo hago cualquier cosa por ti, yo todo lo hago por ti. Sabes que te quiero así, yo todo lo haría por ti. Pero eso no, pero eso no, pero eso no, pero eso no.
And there you have it, folks. Happy heavenly birthday to my father, Juan Guerrero Los Chicanos. That was the last recording we did together at Paulino Bernal Studios in McAllen with David Lee Garza, Ruben Garza, Armando Chori Hinojosa, Rick Garcia, Ernie Bernal was there, Sam Lopez was there, and so happy heavenly birthday to my father, and that's how I celebrate, by keeping his music alive. So on to the next one. Listen to this. We had this artist. We interviewed him. You might recognize him, and if you don't recognize him, I'm just gonna say a baby doll. And he did a drop for his new release. Watch this.
Hey familia, this is Carlos Baby Dal Moreno, and you're watching Giras y Desveladas podcast with Gigi La Chicana Guerrero and Norma Salazar. Mi podcast es su podcast. Check out my new single, Honey Babe, and right now you're trucking on with new rolas.
Was that cool or what? All right, let's see the video, the new single out from Carlos Baby Doll.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Super cool. All right. Oh my goodness.
Cool. Super cool.
Super cool.
Super, super cool.
Oh my goodness. Gigi had the wrong song on.
Well. Hey, I want to throw a shout out to everybody that's on. Please share. Thank you for sharing. Juan Mendoza, we love you. Still rocking no matter what. Thank you, people, for also sharing with Juan Mendoza. You know, he had everybody say, can they do a little video or shout out? So happy birthday to your anniversary day as well. And also, Tulip Time is just this week. And you know, Tulip Time for everybody. Put a tulip for everybody that's in Holland.
What does that mean, Tulip Time? What's that?
Tulip Time is a festival that all the Dutch have to wear their little wooden shoes and dance in the street and do a clanking dance. That's a whole different ball game. It's not like a cumbia. It's not like a salsa. It's clanking dancing. And it means you slide with the wooden shoes and you have to wear 7 pairs of socks. And then you, hey, because those wooden shoes, you don't wear those socks, man. You're going to feel it the next day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Here is Carlos Baby Doll's new single coming out. It is called Honey Babe. So here we go.
Honey Babe.
Can I bring anything else?
No, thank you, sir.
I forgot to tell you that I love you.
I love you too. Yeah.
Como siempre.
Yes. Okay, so then after this, we're going to go get the drinks.
Oh, for you.
Can I bring something from the bar?
Yes, Primo Amor Moscato.
1 or 2?
I have a Bliss Merlot.
Okay, you got it.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Will you describe it?
Hola, honey. ¿Cómo estás? Ojalá te encuentres bien. Cómo extraño tu querer. Cada día más y más. I miss you, honey babe. Nunca olvidaré mi amor conocí. Tú me viste y yo te vi. Entusiasmado te invité a bailar. Qué bonita sensación. Sentí muy dentro de mí cuando bailamos y bailamos. Honey, honey, babe. Después que se terminó la canción que nos unió, te sonriste y me sonrí. Y luego te pregunté, ¿cómo te llamas tú? Me dijiste sí y después me diste un beso jugoso. Honey, honey, babe, te juro, honey, te prometo que estaremos juntos para siempre, te lo juro. Bailaremos otra vez como la primera vez, te juro, honey, honey, babe, honey, babe, honey, babe. Antes de decir adiós, te pedí el número de tu celular y el día siguiente llamé. Qué íntima conversación tuvimos tú y yo durante la tarde calorosa. Honey, honey, babe, te juro, I swear, honey, te juro, honey, honey, babe, te prometo que estaremos juntos para siempre, te lo juro. Bailaremos otra vez como la primera vez, te juro, honey, honey, babe, honey, babe, honey, babe.
All right, that was the new single by Carlos Baby Dom Moreno. Was that a smooth song or what?
Well, he's got a smooth voice. That's why he got the honey dolls, man. I swear.
Baby dolls.
That's got that romance in it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm excited. Are you excited, Norma? I am.
You know I'm gonna be excited because it's from the Valle. RGV in the house all the time.
What? Jaime, I don't know where he's from. Actually, I don't know.
I know I don't either, but hey, I'm gonna represent 956.
Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's get him on porque a lo mejor se va a ir. He's like, y'all took too long. Y'all
No, I think he's from the. Well, yeah, you better ask him.
Let's ask him. Let's ask him. A ver, welcome, please, and hopefully I hope he didn't leave. Mr. Tejano Royalty, Jaime De Anda.
Yay! Woo!
We
gotta make our own noise. Wait.
You're muted, Mr. De Anda.
We can't hear you. Do we
unmute?
Control D. Yeah.
There you go.
There you are.
Woohoo!
All right.
Okay, where are you from? What town?
Oh, you're
Houston.
muted.
Houston?
Houston.
Darn. Oh, it's because I saw you at the
Yes.
gas lamps. So I'm
Can you
going to
hear
think you're from.
me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Nomás que there's
Yes,
a
we
lag.
can.
El Valle?
Yeah. That's Mexico Valle. That's
Okay,
right.
I'm trying to, yeah. I was hooking up the wire. I was hooking up the wire so it wouldn't be like, just Bluetooth Wi-Fi. So I went direct to, maybe now I should get a better reception.
Okay.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
we can hear you
Yes.
talk. There is still a lag, so we're gonna let you talk. Talk to us. Who is Jaime De Anda? ¿Cómo comenzó Jaime De Anda? And your biggest, proudest moments, and where you are today. So dale gas.
That's a lot.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
First
you
of
should have
all,
took it
hello
easy.
first of all, hello to my let me say hi to all my old school Jaime De Anda fans and Chamaco
Yeah.
fans out there for so many years. I'm excited to know that I'm still here performing at my age right now, and so many years have gone by. I've learned so much. I've accomplished so much. I'm thankful, for the man upstairs for what he
Amen.
does and the gift that he gives all of us. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, we could still hear you. We could still hear you.
Let's see.
Yeah,
There
you
you
go
go.
ahead.
Okay.
We're not
It
gonna
went back
talk,
on.
so you can just go. Yeah,
Can you see
just
me?
go.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Are we there?
Yep, we still can
We're
hear
like
you.
disappearing. We're going back and forth.
Oh, because it's
Yeah.
coming in and out, in and out.
There you
Yeah,
are.
we'll just let him talk. We'll just let him talk.
Yeah, you go ahead and talk. We'll
I
tell
know
you
it.
if we can't hear you.
What do you see, Dwayne? Connect. Connect. Okay. I will. Okay. So
Maybe
I
it
don't know
might
why
be
it does it.
might be
Wow.
easier to
Modern
just get on your
technology.
phone.
But
I
you
don't
can
know.
hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We could hear you and see you. So can you hear us?
Yeah,
Something's
but
going on.
you're on the stream. I gotta go to the login. I can try the phone.
Yeah, try the
Go
phone.
for it.
Let
Try the phone. We can
Yeah.
chit
Try the
chat.
phone. Try
Yeah.
the phone.
me do that. Let me see if
Yes.
I can do that right now.
All right, we're gonna put on your video while you're doing
Because you're
that.
right.
All right, let's watch the last video that we had from.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna put on a video.
Okay.
Let's put on a video. Here we go. All right, this is Jaime De Anda's video. Vuelve.
Corazón, te necesito tanto, por favor. Estoy esperando que tú vuelves a mí. Quiero tus besos sentir. Eres como un sueño que me hace feliz. Mi amor, siempre recuerda que aquí estoy. Yo te prometo que te voy a querer y sentirás otra vez esa tormenta de pasión y placer. Siento emociones muy dentro de mi corazón, no te he olvidado. Fuiste mía y todavía siento amor por ti. No te he olvidado cuánto te amo. Siento emociones muy dentro de mi corazón. No te he olvidado. Tu recuerdo está en todas partes de mi habitación. No te he olvidado. Vuelve a mi lado, vuelve por favor. siempre recuerda que aquí estoy. Yo te prometo que te voy a querer y sentirás otra vez esa tormenta de pasión y placer. Siento emociones muy dentro de mi corazón, no te he olvidado. Fuiste mía y todavía siento amor por ti, no te he olvidado. Cuánto te amo. Siento emociones muy dentro de mi corazón, no te he olvidado. Tu recuerdo está en todas partes de mi habitación, no te he olvidado. Vuelve a mi lado, vuelve por favor.
Woo! I
All
love that
right,
song.
that was Vuelve por favor from Jaime De Anda. And so he's having some technical difficulties. So let's talk about what we did this weekend. I had a great time. And even though it was my dad's heavenly birthday, my daughter was home. So she took me on an early Mother's Day
Oh, that's so
yeah,
nice.
yeah, celebration. She took me to go see the Michael Jackson movie.
I'll be seeing that in 5 o'clock at 5 o'clock with my sister-in-law
Yeah,
and my husband.
spoiler alert, he dies at the end. Hey, where'd you go, Norma? Norma. Hello. Hello, Mr. George Vences. How are you? And Imelda, saludos. Norma, I cannot see you. What happened? Norma. All right, we are experiencing technical difficulties here. I know, but that's okay. Gigi has plenty to talk about on her own. So anyway, I did go see the Michael Jackson movie, and I didn't know what to expect, and I did get a little emotional simply because I lived all those times. It's basically a documentary, and I was living through those times, and so I was. But I did enjoy the movie, and we already know how it ends, but it ended so nicely the way the movie ends it, so it's really good. Saludos también, Danny Noyola. Happy to have Mr. Ambrose, Peter Peterman. Saludos, and
Alberto-san.
yes. Y si no los miro aquí, if I'm not putting your comment on, I can only see your comments if you're on Gigi La Chicana Facebook or on YouTube. So if you want to comment on something, go either to Gigi La Chicana or go to the YouTube. But because those are the only ones I can see and actually put on the show. And thank you to everybody that is coming in. Mr. Alberto Resendiz, and saludos para todos los troqueros. We already did the Trucking Now with New Rolas segment. That is especially for you guys because we are very thankful that you all tune in to Giras y Desveladas every Sunday at 2 p.m. By the way, Giras y Desveladas is going to have a special on Wednesday, a Recuerdos episode of Oscar Solis. If y'all don't know who Oscar Solis is, watch Wednesday, 7 a.m., or you can watch it later. It doesn't have to be 7 a.m. I'll try to be there. I'll try, but 7 a.m. was like pulling teeth for me. But take some notes because this guy is amazing. Yes, Norma, you're going to say something. Saludos, Cindy Hernandez.
Nope, I just want them to know that I got all you guys on my live as well. So, hey, you're more than welcome to be on either one of them, whatever makes it convenient for you guys to be on.
Well,
so we appreciate it.
The only thing is that because the only thing about Gigi La Chicana and the YouTube page is that I can actually put their comments on the show.
Yes.
So Norma doesn't have that access, but she can verbally say hi.
Yes.
Jaime. A ver, talk.
No, I'm back.
Ahora sí.
Hello again.
Hello again. Who are you, sir? May we
I
help
was
you?
invisible. I tried my laptop because I figured that I could all this technology today and what, but then it goes, just go back to the phone and try it there like they said. I said, yes, ma'am. And
That's
you're
what
right.
Norma does.
Everybody's right.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
yep.
works.
And she's
I
always
know.
right. What are you have what are you learning? What have you learned? That she's always right.
You know what I've learned?
Oh.
We watch a lot of I Love Lucy. There's a song in there that Ricky sings, and it says, uh, the woman is smarter and the woman, right? How's it say? The woman is smarter. That's how the song goes. That's
Well,
That
what,
is true.
and we
I'm
watched that
sorry to
show and I
I'm
thought,
sorry to break it to
go
you.
ahead. Well, I apologize first for you guys and everybody in the audience that's watching this, tuning in. Uh, you know, Technology is great, but sometimes it works good and sometimes it doesn't work as well. But the good
And
thing
very
is,
true.
yeah, the good thing is, look how far we can be still and have communication with our fans and everybody out there to let them know what's going on. And once we get it going right, of course, we're happy. Everybody's happy because now things are working better. But, I'm still old school too. I'm used to back then, go to the radio station, go to the TV
Yeah.
studio and do your interview there. And it's harder now because the gas is higher too. That's for sure.
Yes.
But,
So this is
at the same
easier.
time, at the
This
same
is
time,
easier.
this is good. Modern technology does help a lot. Of course, we get to communicate. Now we get to communicate with, our fans worldwide. That's a good thing now. People
Yes,
can
yes.
really catch up, and sometimes they can catch up too fast. Because back then, when you play your live shows, people couldn't see it for a long time. By the time they got a hold of it, or fans couldn't hear from you because you had to write a letter. By the time the fans got it, hey, your second album. Wait a minute, I just got the letter about your first album. you know. You get behind, but then you get too far advanced with technology today because you can go live, of course, when you're performing, and people see you right now. Sometimes I tell my guys, look, the hard part is when we're performing, we have to remember that people go live on their Facebook, on their phones, and when they're doing that, that means there's no editing,
There's no
there's no
filter.
there's no filter.
Raw.
It's the real. It's real. Whatever you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing, however you're performing, what you say, you have to be very careful. I mean, it's all these things we never thought about that we have to think about now. That it's good, like I said. It depends who's watching. Because you have young kids, also our young
Yes.
generation that watches our
Yes.
shows and
Yes.
goes to
Yeah.
our performances, and I try to keep it, respectful. I try to keep it within uh the limits of because I've had kids too, and they're big already, and it's about teaching our young generation good vibes, the respect,
Yes.
about learning about how to treat each other, how to be good to one another, and how not to
Yes.
let the devil, the haters, get in too much where they try to, and it's tough. I
Yes.
know it is.
Just ignore them.
Eh,
Just ignore them.
Yeah, I believe
You
and
know what,
I've been blessed. D-man,
Mr.
go
Danda,
ahead.
I want to tell you, Norma and I were there at your show. I at Fanfare, and when you mentioned the kids, you had kids up there. I loved your show, not only because you're Jaime De Anda, but because the kids you had on there, you were passing it. You're passing the torch on to the newer generation. Talk to us about that.
That's an amazing thing too to see them so young and getting involved with conjunto because of course even today it's hard to get the kids to like music close up to want to learn an instrument really, at least our style. The accordion is a hard instrument to learn because
Yeah.
everybody's too busy with their phones and playing games. Even my kid, I have four boys, and I
Wow.
try to get them involved in the music, but they're focused on their own thing. They're like, no, Dad,
Yeah.
we can't do that. That's too hard. I said, no, it's not that it's too hard. If you want to learn, you can. And
Mhm.
and sometimes we don't want to push them too far because my dad, he pushed me a lot. And see, I can't say I'm angry that he pushed me because I'm really glad he did.
Yeah.
He made me work harder. He made me study.
Yeah.
He made me learn a lot about conjunto. So when I pass it to the young generation, like the little boy Hasiel, like Esquiel,
Yeah.
the guy playing the accordion, the kid playing the accordion, Elijah. He's a talented young man. I've met him a couple of times. We've gone to Arizona. My bajo player, which is Stevie Ray Ravages. He's from Arizona.
Woo!
Of course, he's a native Indian. Yeah, he's
That he
very
is.
talented. He's the one that introduced me to a lot of friends and people in Arizona. And when I met him, and I always say, yeah, they have an accordion if they want me to sign it or whatever. But I always say, play something. I like to hear how much they know or what they've learned. You sure? I said, yes. You just be yourself. Remember, when you think about who's listening, when you think about how accurate you want to be, it's not you. Just be natural. Just try to just focus and think, okay, you're inside the accordion. You're the accordion. What do you want to show? What do you want people to hear? How do you want them to hear you? Because you can learn an instrument so many ways. You can learn it by flashing it, by being too hyper, by showing off, or you want to be natural. I'm old school. They told me a lot of musicians I grew up with, Tony La Rosa, Miguel Saliva, Ren Naranjo. I grew up with Rembela, all the great accordion players. I had the pleasure of meeting almost all of them and getting advice from them. So they're telling me, be yourself, play from your heart, and people will hear it and they'll feel it. And that's what I told him to Elijah play. So he was playing it and he started playing Chado Mambo, one of my songs. He was playing, I went, and I'm listening. He goes, what do you think? I says, you have magic hands. What? You do. You have a blessing. You play very well. You play very well where it's understandable. I can hear your notes. He goes, I'm thinking of recording it. Would that be okay? I said, what? Really? I'd be honored. Are you kidding me? Sure. He goes, I go, but can I tell you one thing? He goes, what's that? I'm going to show you the intro, how it starts. Will you? For real? Yes, says, I'll show it to you because nobody does it. Nobody knows it. Because it's hard to imitate or to learn, anybody else's music to the T. I said, but I'd be honored. You're willing to record it. I'll show you the beginning, how it starts, and the intro and the accordion. He was like, no way. That's how it goes? I said, yes, it's hard because you're hearing it. Back then, I said, we didn't have YouTube. We had to hear the cassette, rewind it with a pencil, and play it again, and then listen to it, and use the pencil, rewind a little bit, and play. And
Facts.
play. It's like,
Facts.
God, it was hard. It was tough back then, but we still did it because we wanted to learn,
So
and
let me ask you, is it easier to learn piano as well? To
no,
play
it's not.
piano?
It's
Okay.
I wish I could play the piano, but it's a beautiful instrument. I can't. Some people have multi-talented. They can play so many instruments, and the piano is one of the beautiful instruments that I've always admired listening to. And I've tried to play it, but it's like you have to have good coordination with both hands. I have my coordination with my fingers playing the notes, and then we're pulling the bellow in and out. Yes, I've tried it, and it's not easy. That's
No.
a challenging instrument that you have to have special talent also, but it's a beautiful thing. And like I said, every instrument is a hard instrument to learn at first, But if you really want to learn, and you really want that to be your instrument, or you want to learn several instruments, you have to study. You have to really brainstorm. You have to take time and be alone and learn what you can, because today it's gotten so easy for young generations to learn music that they're learning so much from other bands that you're being a copy band. You're being them. It's hard because to be yourself. Everybody, you have to, at the beginning, you have to listen to everybody. Me, when I was growing up, I heard, all these bands, conjunto players, like I said. And when I got into Steve Jordan, too, his music, I was like, whoa, what is he doing? That's another world. And I thought, you
Yeah.
see? But one man told me this, and his name was Tony De La Rosa. I played with him several times at Matamoros Ballroom in Houston back in the days. Everybody played there. Every conjunto band, every orchestra band played at Matamoros Ballroom. So that's where I got to meet and watch. I would be one of the fans that would stand in front. When I stand in front and would watch a musician play, I'm focused. I'm listening. I'm studying what is making him comfortable, and I'm asking myself, what makes him play so natural? How does he do it? Not even looking at the buttons and being himself. You see, so I'm thinking all these things because you have to, if you're going to be on stage, you have to take all those notes serious. You have to
Yeah.
study so many angles. You have to realize. And one of the things too, I've learned that he said, "Okay, Jaime, when the show was over, Jaime, tocas muy bien el acordeón. Sabes mucho
Pero,
estilo." Yeah, he goes, "Pero sabes lo que te falta." I went, "Okay." He goes, "La regañada." I go, "Dime, señor, dime por favor." He goes, "Tienes que aprender tu propio estilo." I said,
Yeah.
"¿Cómo? ¿Cómo?" Tienes que tener tu propio estilo. And I said, pues, ¿cómo le hago? Yo no te puedo decir, pero si tú le sigues, lo vas a, lo vas a saber, va a salir, va a salir solo, en tiempo. Si le sigues, vas a tener tu propio estilo, pero no vas a saber cuándo. And it's so true because all these years that I played Mingos al Diva, I've learned, listened, Tono de la Rosa, Ángel Flores, um, Gilberto Garcia from Los Gilbertos,
Yeah.
Rubén Vera, Rubén Naranjo. Let's say, gosh, we have Ramon Ayala, we have Juan Villarreal, the crossover, and so much to study. Steve Jordan, Paulino Bernal. Did you know that Paulino? Well, I finally got to meet him, but he was telling me, Jaime, my name is really Paulino De Anda Bernal. I said,
wow.
what? He said, yes, I believe we can. And I was excited to meet him. That I've never met him in so many years that I was doing a show on the Johnny Canales show. I remember Pura Vida Awards in San Antonio. And Johnny was, Johnny, he's himself. He's always so natural on camera. Me and Johnny Canales, that's another story, of course. We grew up together. When he started his show, I helped him a lot. We traveled together. We worked together. We did a lot of shows together. I
Wow.
took him on the road with me. We went to Idaho, Oregon, Washington. Everywhere we gone, when he started his show, I helped him a lot to promote and to make him who he is, because he's another blessing that gave all us musicians a chance to be on national TV.
Yeah.
And he worked hard because he was a musician himself. Well, that was one thing he did. And being traveling and seeing people, learning so much, I studied all these bands at the same time. I heard Steve Jordan, all these bands. That night when I went back home, I thought, what does he mean? My own style. Oh, how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna find it? Because I'm used to, hey, listen to this song. Oh, my dad would say, learn this polka, or learn chotis, learn redovas, learn
Chotis.
guapangos, learn boleros. Hold on, Dad, wait a minute. Well, you want to learn the accordion? I don't know. I'm starting to have second thoughts. It's a
Man,
lot. It's a lot. It's a lot on your
it's
mind.
a workout.
Brainstorming, yes. And then I thought, I love to dance. I danced with my sisters. I danced so many styles. I was learning how to dance wapangos. I was learning how to dance chotis. I would dance ranchero. And then when I finished with dancing with my sister, I walked back to the front of the stage, and here I am, watching the accordion player, watch the bajo player, watch the drummer, watch the bass player. I mean, I put my mind to work and think, if you want to learn, you have to work at it really, really, really hard. So I thought about what he said, your own style. Oh, how am I going to do that? Where am I going to find what? I couldn't sleep all night. I kept thinking, what am I going to do? He gave me a good one there to think about. And I thought, wow, that's a hard one. So magically, he's right. One day I was in a restaurant, and they were playing Tejano music and conjunto music. We were in the booth, and my song came out, Pájaro Negro. When it came out, the song came out, I heard someone, yell out, "Yeah, listen to the accordion, listen, that's Jaime on the accordion." I even went, what? Who said that? He goes, listen to how he plays. And he doesn't even know I'm there. And I'm listening to what he's saying, and I'm listening to myself and thinking, okay, what does he mean? Don't tell me that I'm creating my own style. Don't tell me that it what? You know, it was I was thinking and thinking, I'm thinking, is that what he meant? And I thought, it's true. Back then, if you heard any song, pretty much you knew who was playing. You knew
Yeah.
the band.
The
You could hear
style.
you could hear any style. You hear Mas, you hear, Mafia, you hear Roberto Pulido, Sombra, you hear, then now the chamacos back then too, Jaime, all these, Tona Rosa, when you hear them, when they play the music, you think, you can, now I know what he means. You can distinguish each and every band because they have their own style, and I thought, is that what he means? I kept thinking, now how do I keep it going? How do I stay on that? How do I stay on there where I can keep it kind of exclusive because I'm still studying, I'm still learning. And one thing about an instrument, it is you can never say that you're done. No, you will never stop learning. That's the hard thing. You'll never stop learning the instrument. Whatever it is, you're going to learn so much. You're going to learn so much more. You're going to think it. Because when you start creating, that's when you feel like, oh, I see. Now, when the creation comes in, it's what makes you brainstorm more because you're trying to think, okay, now I have to get away from all these accordion players and think, what can Jaime do?
Yeah.
What can Jaime come up with? Can I come up with a polka? And I've written quite a few polkas and about 4 wapangos. Within time, I thought, you're making up things. You're practicing. You're creating. You're thinking, wait a minute, what? Let me do this. Let me try this here. And I would make up a polka. And I thought, but is it mine? Is it mine or is it pieces here? Because you still got so many ideas.
Right.
And I thought, yes. My first polka was, I think I called it Mas Polka. And it's a polka. I recorded it on my live one, I think, again. But at the time, I was young. I started with, putting accordion polkas together. And back then, the tuners that tuned the accordion were old school. Chema Sanchez from Houston. Without Jaime from Houston. These men, I love the old school because why? They're hardcore. They tell you like it is. They're going to explain to you whatever they know, whatever advice they have, they're going to share it with you in a good way. And I grew up with a lot of adults because I started playing the drums at the age of 5.5.
Wow.
So here I am at the age of 5.5. There's pictures at home where I was with my dad. My dad was the bajo player. So he was a mechanic during the week. And on the weekend, he would be with his compadres. One was a accordion player, one was a drummer. So there was only 3 instruments back then. So it was accordion player, bajo player, and drummer. No bass player then. So I was hanging out with my dad every weekend. And you know how you're listening to music before you know it, you're at the table, and then you're at the table, and then you're in the chair, and then you're laying down on 2 chairs, and you're hearing this music without realizing that it's entering your blood, it's entering your system. You're hearing it over and over, and you're being brainwashed. That's how it happens. that you're learning, and I started wanting to learn the drums back then. So at the shop, my dad had a mechanic shop. I had 2 steel rods, and I would listen to the radio, and I would try to follow it. And here I am banging stuff on the desk and the phones, whatever I would hit. And I heard my dad walk in. What are you doing? I said, I am drums. Those are not drums. You're hitting the phone, the band. Well, I think my dad got smart and said, you know what? He bought me a little set of drums back then in Houston. And I would be in the garage. I would be in it every day, practicing, playing, learning how to hit the beat, learning wapangos, learning how to play a ranchera, a bolero, all these. Because I would watch the instruments back then. I remember I was learning. So one day, my dad and his compadre showed up, and they were going to have rehearsal in the garage. And I heard them say, pues, el tamborista, the drummer, he's busy. He's not going to be able to make it to rehearsal. My dad was joking. I guess he thought my dad was joking. My dad said, pues mira, aquí está mi hijo. He's got his drums right there. Let's see if he can play follow us or play a polka. And I'm like, what did he say? Because I didn't know Spanish that much yet. We're little. and they don't want you to know when they're talking about you. Of course, the parents, when you get in trouble. But my dad said, "Come on, amigo, let's play a ranchera." So I would follow little by little. I was following ranchera.
Wow.
He said, "Okay, let's play a polka ranchera, like a ranchera too." But I would follow, and before you know it, I remember Chema Sanchez was the accordion player. He told my dad, "Pues, ¿por qué no? ¿Por qué no usamos a tu hijo? Jaime, let's hire him." And my dad said, "You're on Friday." So what? Friday we play. I said, "But today's Tuesday." Yes, you have 3 days to practice. You have to learn guapangos. You have to learn boleros. You have to learn tortillas. I said, "But well, I stuck my foot in that one, you know." And and I thought about it. I thought, okay, this is not going to be easy now, because back then they had they would play from, like, one club was called El Tipo. El Tipo back then, where the men paid a quarter to the ladies to dance with them. I remember that. And the show was from 7 in the evening till 2 o'clock in the morning. They were long shows, yes. And your songs had to be not too long, because, the ladies wanted to make them quarters, and they wanted to dance a lot of songs, and you only had a 15-minute break. So I learned a lot. I guess at the same time, I learned a lot about what opangos are, how they play them, how
And the worth of a quarter. And the value of a quarter.
And the ladies come up with their bag, and I thought, what do they got? They had a lunch? No, they were waiting for the quarters. And it's crazy, but I've learned and studied a lot, and realized that throughout the years, I was playing the drums, I was hearing so much of the accordion. So I was like every other kid, "Dad, I'm tired of playing the drums. I want to buy me an accordion. I want to learn." "What?" I said, "Yeah, I want to learn the accordion." "No, first show me." "What?" "Show me you can play the accordion, and I'll think about it, and I'll buy you one."
Because they're expensive.
Even back then. So I did. I thought about, So I asked my dad's compadre, Chema Sanchez. I said, "Chema, could you please show me a polka on accordion?" "Sure. Are you sure?" Because, back then, "Yes, I want to learn. I want an accordion." So every day I went to his house. My dad said, "You're going to have to show me one day. When you're ready, show me. I want to hear the polka." I said, "Okay." My first polka that I asked, and I'll never forget, was from Tone de la Rosa. I wanted to learn a Totonilco polka, the famous, very popular polka. He showed it to me. I was very fast. I was young. I was very fast at watching his fingers, because I've been doing that for a long time. And if you have to, one thing about music, you need to memorize it first here. The melody, the song. You have to learn it. Because if you don't, I would tell kids, if you don't learn the song here first, you're fighting yourself. Because you're trying to figure it out here, and you're trying to figure it out here. So here you are fighting with your hands. Your hands are telling your brains, "No, I'm going this way." And your brain says, "No, the melody goes this way." So here you are back and forth, and it makes it harder to learn. So I've learned that, learn the song first. When you have the song here, you'll know that you're learning it right or you're learning it wrong. There's no argument with your hands now. You're
Because
telling
you
your
can
hands,
hear it.
"I
Yeah.
know how it goes." So throughout the years, that's what the technique was, to learn the music first. When he showed it to me, I started practicing and practicing every day. That's how we were here at home. My dad was at the shop, and I would play that. I would play the polka over and over and over and over. I could tell that my mom was like, "Well, can you learn a new one?" But I was excited because I had to show my dad. The day was already coming where, okay, today's, he gets out. I think I can do it. So I said, "Dad, I'm ready." "Oh, okay. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver lo que tienes. Vamos a ver lo que vas a hacer." I sat down. He got the bajo sexto. I went,
Yeah.
he's really going to see if what I'm doing or not. I said, "Okay." He goes, "What key are you in?" I said, I learned my keys in Spanish, but I just gave him the notes. I remember. So I started playing the polka. I was playing it. I was smiling myself, and I thought, "Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. Okay, I got this." I was playing the polka all the way through, and when I finished the polka, I said, "Dad, are you ready to take me to the store and get an accordion?" And I said, "Wait a minute, wait." So what do you mean? Learn another one. What? Learn another one. Because you learn one polka does not tell me that's good enough to go buy an accordion that you're going to keep playing. I went, oh, that's a good one. I had to learn five.
Wow.
Five
Oh,
polkas to prove to him that I wanted an accordion. Because he's right. He was smart about telling me, if you really want me to get it, it's not a toy. You're not going to play it for an hour or two and then you leave it there. No,
Yeah.
we're not going to Toys R Us to get one.
Yeah. Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so he really did. He had to learn five polkas. And as I
so
was learning them, go ahead.
so is that why you're really picky about your band members so that you could make sure that they know their instruments? Because you got some good, good guitar player, bass, or I mean, I don't know my
Yeah,
instruments. So,
yeah,
I
you're right.
mean,
Bass player and drummer.
yeah,
Uh,
they are
throughout,
skillful guys.
throughout the years, when I first started with, of course, my dad, I was learning. There was no bass player, but I was learning about it because you had to be the bass player with your foot and the drums. And my dad he wasn't fancy on the Baco yet, but he knew his chords and stuff like that. And he would tell me, if I would go backwards or play forward or I was in off tempo, all these things, he would kind of guide me. And I thought, God, that's a lot to coordinate with other
Yeah,
musicians. When you have your band, when you start playing with, that's why they say, that's why there's called practice and there's called rehearsal. And
yeah,
throughout the years, I didn't know about it. I was old school. I didn't know, hey, let's learn a song and vámonos, go on stage and start playing it. But everybody's playing in their own world. You see, everybody's just
yes,
doing what they want, but they're following the song. But when it came to arrangements, I started hearing, Paulino's band had arrangements. Tony Rosa had arrangements and songs. They weren't just playing straight all the way through. They had some stops and starts. And I
yeah,
thought, what? Oh, shoot. So I thought, that takes four minds. They have to be on the same track. They have to be in sync what you're going to do, how you're going to arrange it, and does it fit? That's another thing. You can't do too much because, well, hey, when I started learning faster, and me and my cousin David, we started it together. He started learning the bass, and then he went into, which David De Anda from Excelencia. So he started learning, when he's learning the bajo, well, we didn't sing. We had another man that would come sing it. We didn't speak Spanish. So me and David were learning songs and back and forth, me and him, practicing every day and coordinating and learning how to,
Wait,
you
wait, wait,
know,
wait, 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 wait,
uh-oh,
wait,
uh-oh, okay.
wait. You were
Uh,
practicing songs and you didn't know what they were saying.
nope.
I love that. All right, go on. Interesting. So how would you know what they were talking about?
I quite didn't really know what they were talking about because I would have to ask questions once in a while to my dad about certain songs because I'm making sure, hoping that my dad would give me a song that's it's PG, not too far, what we're saying. And at the same time, we're learning Spanish though. We're listening to the song, we're hearing the words, and I was a person that the melody has to be catchy for me to like the song first.
yeah,
And that's the hardest thing about being a songwriter. You can write a song, but can you find the right melody that's going to grab the attention? That's the hard part. You know, I would tell Darlene, God, it's so difficult because back then, she was like other fans, she would listen to music and enjoy it. And she's been around with me so long as she studied music now. She runs sound once in a while in my ear monitors, not outside, but the ear monitors. She was studying to learn and distinguish all the instruments and how to hear them and what they should sound like. And she's like, because she went to the studio with us every time, and she's like me. I would see her sit there and listen and listen. And then when we traveled on the road, she put the radio on. She goes, "Hey, listen to that. Did you hear the hi-hat here? Did you hear the cowbell?" I said, "What? Yeah, did you hear how he's doing it?" I thought, "Do you know what you're doing?" She goes, "What?" I go, "You're being an engineer. That's distinguishing sounds already."
Yeah.
I goes, "What?" I goes, "Because you're listening to a certain instrument and blocking all of them out and studying what it sounds like and what it should sound like. And it's the hardest thing to do is be an engineer. You can go to a concert and the music's so loud. All you're doing is, yeah, you're enjoying the music. But when you start dissecting the music and listening, you could say, wow, it sounds good, but that bass player, the bass sounds too. Now you're studying. Or the guy is singing, yeah, you hear him, but he sounds muffled or he sounds real thin. You see, you're studying. I go, now you're not going to enjoy music as much because every time you hear a song, you're going to be studying the song. She's
Yeah.
like, oh,
You're gonna be hearing
so when she
everything,
goes,
how it's supposed to sound,
yes,
how not supposed to sound.
exactly. And especially when I go on stage and play, she tell me, you made a couple of mistakes here tonight, didn't you? I went, uh-oh. Now she's noticing. She's noticing notes, I mean, sound. And Stevie, he's a fantastic, I mean, he's learned a lot.
Oh yeah.
I met him when he was 13. But, yeah, I mean,
Holy cats.
people have special talent, and the thing is to find the right people to communicate with, to work with, to perform with, to have a good time with, and really to bond together. We're in the music world because on stage, I always say you have to be one. Everybody has to be one. And sad to say that sometimes there has to be a leader because if everybody wants to lead in the song, imagine how many arrangements that one song's gonna have.
It's
Oh,
gonna
I
be a
want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. I can do this.
Yeah.
The song sounds like it sounds like a scramble.
yeah.
Now I understand how certain arrangements and certain songs fits, and too much doesn't. So Jimmy Gonzalez, Paz Descanse Señor, he told me one time, I was talking a lot with Jimmy, and one of the shows, he said, "You know what, Jaime? Can I can I tell you something?" I said, "Uh oh."
No.
I said, "Please do." He goes, when you first started, I started hearing your, you know, back when I recorded with Freddie, because I came out with the potpourri, and he goes, I could not stand listening to your music. I said, "Thanks a lot, Jimmy." But it's constructive criticism. But that's his opinion, of course, what he felt. I just want to share my thoughts. I said, "Oh, I respect that. Go ahead." He said, "It was hard to understand because music can be abused. Music, where is the music? You can do so much with music. The people's done today so much with it." He goes, "But you can't forget about the melody, or you can't forget about how it should sound the song." I go, "So what are you saying? What are you telling me?" He's saying, "You had so much arrangement. Sometimes that I wasn't used to hearing so much, but now I realize what you've done with the young generation and what you've created with your music. And I'm only saying it's okay to do arrangements. Just don't forget the song melody. Don't forget what you be listening to, what people dance to." I went, "Bingo. That's right. You're so right, sir. I respect your advice. I respect what you're telling me." We became real good friends, me and Jimmy, ever since then. Every time we talk, and he saw that I didn't look at him mad, even though at first you're like a kid. You're like, am I getting a spanking somehow right here? And music wise, but he's right. It made sense. Now I listened to music and thought, okay, some arrangements are good because we came out with rock intros. We were experimenting, thinking I don't want to be just. I learned accordion, understand music, but I don't want it to be too simple. You get excited. You want to do this. You want to do that. And then I thought, how can we add dancing? I want to dance with accordion, do this and all. And my cousin too would think, well, hold on, what are you doing? I said, well, let's make it exciting, conjunto. Because we played in so many house parties that they're out there, but they're not focusing what you're doing. The adults are. I mean, I grew up with adults all my life that, yeah, they would tell me, learn this. This is a good song here to learn and all this stuff. And kids weren't focusing yet because why? To them, we're playing boring music, of course, you know. And when we started doing that, I started realizing that, oh wow, this is cool. Yeah, let's do this. When we started doing so much, my dad said, hey, what are you guys doing? What do you mean? Pues, ¿qué es eso? Este mugrero es lo que están haciendo, mugrero. I said, but no, Dad, give us a chance. I think it'll be cool. Just to Well, let me hear some more. So we do little things here and that. I said, "God, let's not overdo it because now I know what he means." To the older people, they're going to be thinking, what? You know, what are they doing to the song? You're,
But you
you're
know what
hurting,
I'm
you're
seeing,
damaging.
what I'm
Manda?
seeing with you, that, and I'm hearing you how you're respectable and how you appreciate the comments that people give you. That is very sincere and very humble. And for you to take that from someone else that is your peer, you don't see that nowadays. And that makes you stand out. because you're one of the leaders, teachers, mentors that these people got to see that, come on, you got take a little bit of criticism because it's going to build you later on, because that's what you did. You built on it so that you could be better. A lot of the generations now in the bands, if you tell them something, they're like, well, who are you to tell me?
Very true.
And it's
Very
so
true.
sad to see that there's no camaraderie in some of this business, which is kind of, when you've been around the block, you have that type to say, hey, it would be nice if we could hear something like this, and take it and see what you can do with it.
True.
It's not that they're putting you down. They're saying, hey, improve yourself. Get yourself out of
Because
the box.
very well said. Because the hardest thing is when you go in the studio. Believe me, you start thinking, what is going to get their attention? What are they going to like about it? How can you get fans to listen to a song and hook? And there's a hook in there, but what's going to give them that attention? What's going to make you say, "Wow, that's a cool song"? What's going to make them like it? And I've learned, studied about that because it's true. Because I'm a dancer, and I thought, okay, you're not going to dance to any song, even though when you're growing up, you have to dance any song because you want to learn a lot of styles. You want to learn how to
Yeah.
dance or pango or chotis. Yeah, you're learning. But as you're learning and listening, what's getting your attention to want to like the song? That's the hard part. And what's commercial? I didn't know when they would tell me, now I need a commercial song. Commercial song. What do you mean? I would tell Freddie, commercial means simple. Oh, I said, think about it. What hits out there? And I thought, you mean music wise? Yeah. What songs grabs fans' attention? People. I thought, whoa, huh? Good question. I'm thinking because now I'm not a fan. I'm the musician trying to think. What do we do to do the right thing and not overdo the song? Well, he goes, fans are not musicians. Fans love music. Now, commercial means simple. Remember, the simplest song, the easiest song is what's going to make people like it. I said, what? You mean I'm over here breaking my head for nothing? Thinking, you know, he said, no, but you're doing something, of course, right now that no one's doing, no one's ever done in conjunto. You're changing things, but then you still have to have some commercial songs there in your show. And because when you, that's when I learned and thought, oh, so, and my performances, when I come out, when the guys say, what do you want to play? I said, first, I need to kind of look inside and see what's out there. What do you mean? What generation? How
Yeah.
old? How young? What is going to grab it? Is it cumbia night,
Target your
ranchera night?
audience. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to kind of study your market and look, because I can set a song list, I can put a song list together, and that doesn't mean that this song list is going to match tonight's show.
Yeah.
Because if you have more ranchera or more cumbias or older people, then this song list is not going to work. That's why I tell the guys, let's learn songs at random. If I say a song, you should know it. But I'm not going to pick a song we never heard, of course. But I said, because, and then my guys, they're so smart now, they know. Even Stevie says, okay, I think it's a cumbia night. Yeah, he's like, how you learning? Because sometimes you can hear the DJs that they're playing. You know what? If they ask, some fans will ask for a certain song. I said, I hope they know it too. But when we're doing arrangements, well, today it's changed so much, of course. But back then, they would tell me, hey, it's the Moreno, it's fine at the beginning, but yeah, when you're playing the melody, like, we like to dance. That's the older couple. They would tell me, don't lose the rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm a dancer myself. I understand that. Now I see. So you can do arrangements at the beginning of the song, but then go into the music, keep that music going. That's what Jimmy was trying to tell me. You have to keep the music going where you don't want to lose the music. You can do so much to a song, but then you're going to damage the melody. I thought, golly, I don't know if I want to learn music anymore. It's a lot.
I
It's a
meant,
lot because you have Monday.
sorry.
Go
What
ahead.
would you change now that you've learned all this in the business? What would you want to change?
Change. I
Mm-hmm.
think most of all, you mean like with all the musicians, the young generation,
Yeah,
like you were
the up.
saying, even the
Yeah,
upcoming,
yeah.
I would think, first of all, respect the music, respect advice, respect when if other artists, sometimes yes, sometimes we think, oh, if another artist tells one other artist something, it's how you say it also, so it won't be so insulting. So it can be like a study group. Hey, your ideas. Hey, thank you for sharing it, because maybe that's what I needed that I don't realize, because you're too busy in your own world doing so much that fans are not focusing on your music. They're thinking, oh well, is it about the excitement? Because there's different performances you do. You have your dance
Hmm.
halls, your
Yeah.
clubs, your concerts outside. Now, your concerts outside, you can do pretty much what you want because they're not dancing, they're watching. They want entertainment, they want more show. Now, I grew up in the valley. My dad told me, if you can play good music, if you can make it in the valley, you can make it pretty much anywhere. And it's true. From Laredo, Texas, all the way down the border to Brownsville, if you can get them dancing and they like it, you're on the right track. So
Let me
that's what
ask
made me
you. Let me ask you a question, in which I
sure.
know the answer somewhat. The Valle is the most hardest person. The people there are the hardest people to please because they love to dance.
Very true. Remember La Grulla, Alto Bonito?
Yeah.
Okay. When I would play there, that's where the fans would tell me, the older couple would say, Jaime, hey. And then if you play too slow, they would tell me, hey, get on by hard. Is it a bolero or ranchera? I'm like, man, these people are rude. But true. I'm understanding they love to dance. They want to
They
enjoy it.
do.
And if you grab them at the right moment, at the right song, at the right melody, at the right tempo, golly, I'm thinking, well, Jaime, you're a dancer too. I thought to myself, I understand. Okay. See, so I'm learning to accept what they're saying, because they're really guiding me. No, it's
Yeah.
not. Besides the regañando, we're thinking, oh, well, come on, you're gonna tell me how to play my music, well, really, if you're gonna do your own world, do you want fans or do you want a friend? You see,
There you
so it's
go. You
hard.
got that. Yep.
So it's
You're
hard
so right.
to please
And
fans, and I tried to learn the difference too. And your fans can't be your friends, because then they're not going to be excited to see you or know you. Because my brother, half brother, when he was a manager for a while, he studied a lot. He told me he was in the military, and he taught me about dressing, about ironing, about shining my boots, about looking presents, about how important it looks, how you need to look neat and present yourself, and how you talk and what you say and why all these things. I'm thinking, golly, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, a lot of study. But true, the fans are excited when they don't know you as a neighbor. Because when they know you as a
right.
neighbor, now you're a friend. Now they go to the next band. That's exciting,
Yeah.
you see. And then when you let a friend into your dance one time because you want to be nice, and if you don't do it the second time, they're mad at you. I'm thinking, you see, you should have never gave them a pass. When you give them a pass one time, and then they bring other friends, what happens then? And then what happens is at the end of the show, the promoter saying, well, Jaime, you had this many guests in free, and you want me to pay you this much, and so many people paid at the door. Oh, you see? Now you're learning, oh, um, that's why it says,
Economics.
do I want to pay free, or do I want to have friends, or get paid and have fans?
Right.
And that,
And
that made
That
and
is good
that
advice. I've never heard that actually.
and that's very true. Yeah, you have, because even people even people writing songs or saying, "Hey, can you play a little sound in my album?" It's work. It's a job. Business that we do or you do is a job. It's not something people think they could get it for free, and it's good to do some promoting free and some things free, but that's where it takes a toll. When they do it too many times, people take advantage of that kindness,
right,
and they
right,
forget that, hey, we're friends, but it's also my job. So that's where I respect you, that you are such a respectable person because of the way you're talking and how you socialize with people. That speaks volumes. That shows that you are a decent person to work with and work
Thank
for.
you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, it's a it is like any job. We don't realize it, but music gets taken advantage of people with fans and friends because why? You know, I would think, okay, what do you work at? Like, say you work at an auto parts. Hey, can I show up? Hey, can you give me that part here free? Come on, I go to your shows. I pay. You know, I do this and that. They're like, no, I have to sell it to you. Why? Because I'll lose my job. Oh, so you'll get fired. So what about us? You know, if we don't let you in free, you're not you get mad, and then you won't go anymore to our shows because why?
Yeah.
You don't get in free. And then if you bring friends and you think, oh, so if I don't let you in and all your friends in, now you don't like me or you don't like my music anymore. Well,
Yeah.
how are we going to get paid? Who's going to pay us? You know, the promoters,
Yes.
and I respect the promoters and the club owners because they're right. They're thinking it's a business, Jaime. You have your side, we have our side. You want to get paid, we want to get paid. People have to pay something for entertainment, no matter what. You have to pay something because you might go to a free
Yeah.
concert, but not everything's free there. You're going to pay
Yes.
something because why? The bands are up there. Everybody has their own price. But when you total that together with production, with the place, the venue, and you start thinking about all these things, like, wow, it does take a lot to make a show. It
Yes,
takes
it
a lot
does.
for people to come out and understand the support means a lot when you come out and pay. If you can pay so much money to a basketball game, to a football game, what are you doing? You don't get in free, no matter what. If you want to go see that football game or baseball game, you have to pay. You have to pay and support, and you're going to do it. Why? Because that keeps the sport going. It keeps the entertainment for them going, and you are going no matter what because they're charging what $50, and in our music world, sometimes you hear they're charging $20 to get in, and I'm thinking I've seen some of these fans at basketball games. They're paying wow. I'm thinking the parking alone is expensive. The ticket to get along to
Right.
get inside is
Just the
expensive.
tacos and the
Well,
drink is $20. So
yeah, if you want to buy one beer, it's $9. I'm thinking, wait, whoa! I started doing some numbers here. I started thinking it costs, but they're not complaining, are they? They're doing
Mm-mm.
what they want to go see, entertainment. They're enjoying it. They're not complaining. So our people, we're trying to teach them, don't take advantage of us. How can we survive? We're still in the business. It might be the party,
Yeah.
but I've learned, I tell my guys, no, don't be drink. We don't drink on stage because why? We're more accurate, and it's true. You're not gonna go see a real star up there on stage or anybody, and you see him getting drunk because you're not getting your money's worth.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've learned that true. And I would one manager told me one time, hey, if you guys want to drink, go pay at the front door and you can drink all you want. But this is the job. You want to get paid, you have to do your job. It's
And
not
this
only a
is what we
job.
talk. This is what we
And
talk about consumers. The consumers
yes,
paying the price, and they want the value of the money.
true.
So
And we're thinking back then we thought, oh well, we're partying too, drinking and having a good time. We think we sound great and everybody's drinking and you think you sound great, but now you start reviewing your own videos and listening to yourself sober, like that doesn't sound good. What the heck am I thinking? What are we doing? What are we saying? What's going on? And that's why some artists become very very on the top of the line. They take their job serious. They're on stage. They're performing. Their performing is accurate, 100% money worth. You know, and you see them packing these stadiums and stuff. You're not going to tell me that they're friends with everybody in the stadium. No, the artist has to stay away. They told me that, and I learned. And I thought, but now you're too good, Jaime. You can't hang out with us. No, it's not that. It's you have to isolate yourself once in a while. You have to stay away.
yeah.
You have to become curious. You have to want fans to come see you and be excited to know what you're doing with your music. Because it's true. Your fans are not your friends because when they're your friends, now they're not going to support you. Because it's like the football players. They're not friends with everybody that go see them play. They're not. They have their own
Yeah.
study. They have to do their homework. They got to do when they go out there and play. What happens, boy? Sports is one of the hardest things to be because man, haters. I've seen that haters get mad when they're like, oh, watching the football game, oh, I could have caught that, or I could have done this. Yeah, you say all these things, but you're not in it. You're not there
Yeah.
doing it. And I realize how serious people take sports. And it's okay, it's fun, but don't do it when you want to hurt somebody because you're taking it overboard. You want to, or because this team against this team, or your team lost, and you want to go beat up the other team because you think you could have done better. Wait a minute. Now it's not sport and fun. Now it's about a war. It's not a war. It's about entertainment. You're gonna win. There's gonna be one winner and one loser. There's only one God and one devil.
Yeah.
And we have to remember there's only good and bad. And if you want to stay bad, well, think about it. As you get older and older, we think about getting closer to Jesus, don't we? We all do.
I have another question. And Gigi, sorry, I got a date still. Not that I want to cut it short with you, Jaime. I would love to talk more
Oh,
with you. But my thing is, how about your health? That's what I want to touch base with you. How are you doing from everything that has happened with your illnesses? You're getting better and I can see it, and praying
thank
over
you.
you that
Thank you.
thank God is healing you. Um,
You know,
but how do you feel in this business of, like, you have to perform because that's your
as far
job?
and you know, we don't realize the damages we do to our bodies. Not taking it serious by trying to take care of your health, and not realizing as you get older, it takes it longer to heal, to feel the strength that you have. We're not as powerful as we used to be when we were young. But yes, first of all, I thank the man upstairs for what he does for giving us
Amen.
a chance on this world to do and be what we want to do. And I thank the fans for all their prayers that of course, the biggest medicine is prayers, and I strongly believe that because I have gone through, the first time was from secondhand smoke. Yeah, when I grew up, it was cool being in the clubs and the bars, but God, dog, people smoke like it was a foggy night every night, and you smell it on your
Yeah.
clothes and you smell it so much, and I didn't realize that it would catch up to me one day, and it did. It. I guess one of my lungs, they would tell me when I started coughing real bad and didn't realize it. I was going to have a show on a Thursday, and I was coughing, and before you know it, I was coughing, and I was coughing up a little bit of blood. And I thought, okay, this has got to be serious. We're old school. We don't go to the doctor just for any reason. It's got to be
Yes.
something serious. I went to see the doctor, and he told me, he says, we're going to run an X-ray and all these things, and if we see that they're gonna stick a tube in you. I said, what? I'm scared of needles and stuff. I said, we're gonna have to stick a tube on the side of you to get inside of your lung to see if you have any blood in there. You no, you're gonna do what? I'm like, stick a tube. So, okay, we're gonna find out. This is where you're gonna realize what your body's gone through for so many years. How you're taking care of, or you're not realizing. Well, when he did that, he goes, doctors always say, you're gonna feel a little discomfort. I said, I'm already feeling it now just seeing you. And he did. I don't know how he did it, but he stuck a tube in the side of my lung. I didn't know whether to say scream or say, wow. I felt something, but what the? So I started waiting and I see the tube. And before you know it, yes, drop a little blood, drops a little blood. I went, oh my God, what's that? So the doctor says, okay, now do we see that there's blood in your lungs? That's a very bad sign. Yeah.
Mhm.
This is why you're coughing so bad. It means that your one lung is not working as well. So I'm thinking, but I have a show tonight. He goes, I'm sorry. I can't
Yeah.
let you go. You're not going. He goes, it's like grabbing a balloon. If you take out all the air out of a balloon and it's flat, what happens? No more air. You're not gonna this could happen to your lung. This is how bad it's damaging right now. So how long am I gonna be in here? Because I got the show Saturday. He's like, I don't know, but I can tell you this. Dude, I'm performing this weekend. Oh, so see, now we don't even know that about health insurance. We don't realize health insurance and eating well and staying away from smoke and what's bad. And now you're paying attention because why? Because you're in the hospital hearing what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, so the first thing is, okay, you're going to be at home for a while. You're going to be, what do you do? I said, well, I play the accordion. Oh, so you're a musician? I said, yeah. You know, you're going to have to stay away from cigarette smoke completely.
Wow.
What? Because I said, but I play in clubs. I understand. But if you keep smoking, it keeps inhaling the smoke, it's going to really get to your other lung, and then you might as well say bye. I said, wow, that's going to be tough. So, you know, it's a lesson we all learned, but it's scary and dangerous. But I learned a lot. And I'm glad that non-smoking started coming around in restaurants and stuff. So I guess now that everybody's thinking about it, it's good. And I said, I'm not even a smoker. My dad was, you know. So you learn that in your health wise. So he says, what do you play? I said, well, I play the accordion. He said, well, that's a good instrument for your lungs. So whenever you feel that you can, play the accordion, play it. You exercise your lung, get it back in shape again. And it took time. It took so much time to realize, you know, when you hurt your body or something important in your body, it takes time to heal. It's going to take time because it's not easy to get yourself back 100%. At the same time, you're trying to get yourself back 100% and you're thinking, God, but when you get on stage, when you're performing on stage, studio work is one thing, and you've done it before. You know, being in the studio singing, you're comfortable, it's easy, you know, the environment's different. But when you're on stage, it's totally a different world
Mm-hmm.
because it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of power. Because now it's live. It's you have to be stronger. You have to be in good health, really, in order to keep that energy going.
Yep.
And
Yes.
that's why I'm learning also how important it is to try to eat healthy, try to stay healthy as much as possible. And throughout the years, well, the hard part is, can I still do the same job? Can I still perform the same way? Can I still, because, you know, bands are not even paying attention. All they say, oh, come on, hey, man, can't you spend a lot more than that? You can spend more time than that. I've seen you dance up, man. I'm like, whoa, okay, you know, you're trying, but you're thinking, hey, people are not thinking about your health. They're thinking about what they want to get out of the
They want to
entertainment that they
show.
pay for. Yes, yes. And sometimes you feel when the show's over, you think, golly, that hurts to hear the haters be so rude and mean, not realizing how you feel. But then you start to think, but they're just being themselves. They paid for a show. That's what they want. You know, they want entertainment. They want their money's worth. So it was
Yes.
hard, but I feel great today. Thank God that,
Amen.
you know, I'm getting
Amen.
there. To me, I'm almost 100%. It's not easy, especially when I went through this last time because it was carbon monoxide that got into my system and didn't know. I didn't even know. So that's the doctor's like, well, I don't even know how you survive, but you're still here. I go, well, I guess I got some bills to still pay. That's probably why. Probably why. But I think the fans out there, and sure, some fans are, oh God, he don't sound the same. Well, it's not easy. I mean, when you have an operation, you don't come walking out of the hospital and you're 100% the same person as you did when you walked in because you're
Right.
going to change. Things are going to change. The hardest thing is to work at it, you know, therapy, speaking, how to talk again, and it is hard. It's your body took a good uh, damage in your system where, hey, to get 100%, it takes time. And I'm hoping that my fans understand that, and I appreciate those that are understandable because, you know, you can tell. I mean, today it's nice to know that people have their own opinion, but sometimes certain opinions can hurt where we're still human. You know,
Yeah.
I understand you want to make it seem like everybody is a producer, is a musician. Oh, I can play better than that. Oh, I can do this, or I can do that. Sure, anybody can do whatever they want. But when you hear the hater part and oh, he don't sound good anymore. Oh, he don't sound the same anymore. Oh, he can't play that good anymore. Why do you want to knock someone else down when you don't even look in the mirror and see your own faults? So that's why they say it's nice to be kind to one another. I try to remember that myself because when I was young, I thought, oh yeah, and nobody can beat me. I'm thinking, oh, my dad would say, look, don't think you're always the best. There's always somebody better.
Yeah.
I said, well, thanks a lot, Dad, but it's true. It's nice to know that because you could be number one today, and you could be nobody tomorrow, and that's where it hurts, and that's where you realize it.
Es
What does it
como el
take to keep it?
columpio. La vida es como
See,
el columpio.
see,
A
se
veces
sube y
estás
baja.
arriba y a veces estás abajo.
Exactly.
Jaime,
When fans,
I just want to tell you, I have to leave, and I'm so sorry, but I have
I do
people
too in a
from
minute.
Houston. People from Houston are here visiting
Thank you.
my sister-in-law, so
Oh,
I gotta go because we gotta get
I
going
do
to
too.
another place. So
Well, I was
I
gonna
it
say
was a
I did. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
All
sorry.
right,
it was a
we can. Do you want to wrap
pleasure.
up the show right now? We didn't get around to telling everybody, all the fans that came in.
What
Araceli Fuentes, dale gas, dale
we're,
gas.
I tell you what, we have to have a part two because also I
Yeah, we
forgot that
do.
I'm gonna go see Michael Jackson's movie because we bought tickets already, and I'm thinking, that's one man that worked really tremendously hard, and look what he did, and look what he's gone through. Also, he's human, but on the entertainment side, he's number one. He worked hard. He did what he did on
No
stage
problem.
because he took it 1,000% serious. He's one of a kind, like Elvis Presley,
Hey,
like
you're
Wayne
gonna
Newton.
laugh,
I went to go
Jaime.
see
You're
Monday.
gonna laugh because that's where I'm going with my
Hey!
sister-in-law. So we'll be at there on the second interview. We're gonna talk about that Michael Jackson.
Oh, we are. I know I am excited too, and I'm glad that you're doing it also. So I didn't want to feel bad by he's looking at me like, don't forget you bought tickets. You bought tickets
Hey,
to and to
I,
see another entertainer. You see, and an exclusive. What he did also is amazing because it
Oh
makes you
yeah.
work harder
Oh
and to have
yeah.
the respect.
yes.
And it's
Yeah.
hard, but yeah, I understand.
It's a good
I
movie. It's
understand.
a good movie.
Yeah. Oh,
Spoiler alert: he
don't
dies
tell
at
me.
the end.
Don't tell me the ending. Oh no, but I appreciate it. To everybody that you guys give me a chance to say hi and catch up everybody, the fans of what's going on with Jaime De Anda, with Jaime y los Chamacos. We will continue this conversation. We will continue this interview
Yes.
with more to come. And the
Yes.
good thing is, hey, you only heard part one. We still got part two to
That's
go.
right.
Right?
That's right. Well,
You
our
know,
podcast is two podcasts, so whenever you want to come back, we are here for you. Norma, enjoy
Thank
your
you.
movie. I just saw it yesterday. It is awesome. Yay!
Oh, we're gonna see it tonight. We're gonna see it
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah, 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 yeah. Awesome.
so it was
I'm
a
excited.
pleasure
Thank you.
hearing you.
Thank you.
Hopefully, I'll see you in Las Vegas. Hopefully, maybe.
If not, you can see me in Texas.
No, you
That's for
come
sure
down
in
to
the valley.
Michigan. You
He's in
got to come
Michigan.
down to Michigan.
Yes, yes, of course. I've been to Pontiac, Michigan. I've been there. Well, we
Grand
do. I've done a
Rapids. Yeah.
festival down there too. I hope to see you
Oh,
soon.
amen.
Enjoy the movie too. Thank you, ma'am. Also, and like
Party,
we said,
Jaime, party words. Norma, party words before you go.
Lots of love, and I keep on praying for you, brother, because I know God got great things for you.
thank you.
Seriously.
Likewise to everyone.
All right, Mr.
And tell
Deanda, party
Stevie Ray, I said hello.
I sure will. I sure will. That guy's something else. But thank you for all my fans for this part one listening and giving me the chance to let everybody know what's going on with Jaime De Anda and Jaime Los Chamacos. And I'll see you soon at one of my shows. If not, I'll see you right here on the podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you,
awesome,
man.
awesome. Thank you so
You have
much.
a good one.
I'm just
Have
gonna
a
stick around
blessed
Bye-bye.
and
one.
thank everybody. Yes, thank you. Thank you for everybody that came in. Hilda, Danny Noyola, Araceli Fuentes, Johnny J. Martinez, Los Arcos Hermanos Peña, Ari Mendoza,
Yeah.
Donnie J. Lynn,
Saludos.
Dorothy Martinez, Ambrose Peter, Joe Leal, Kelly Delgado,
That's
The
good.
whole gang. The whole
Wells,
gang.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Chris, everybody. We were 8K truckers on the road listening to us, and people from Hawaii and people in Canada were listening to the show. So thank you
If
to
we, hey,
everybody.
I just say if we don't mention your name, you're in our hearts.
Yes, and thank you for everybody for coming in. These people gotta go because they gotta go watch a Michael Jackson movie.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I was gonna feel bad, like,
So,
sorry,
we gotta
gotta
go. You gotta
Bye
go.
now.
All right, thank you
Have
guys.
fun.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Bye,
Thank
Norma.
you. You as well.
All right, I'm
All right.
out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Out.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Outro.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
La luz del troque aluzaba el camino, era de noche y estaba llovido. Qué noche tan fría. Y el motor iba acelerado haciendo ritmo con el radio. Ya vamos llegando. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar sin fin. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar. Una muchacha que estaba en la parada se me acercó, quería que me la llevara. Casi era una niña. Oiga, mesera, sirva café caliente y no se tarde, que mi troca me espera pa' seguir la corriente. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar sin fin. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar. La luz del troque aluzaba el camino, era de noche y estaba llovido. Qué noche tan fría. Y el motor que iba acelerado hacía ritmo con el radio. Ya vamos llegando. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar sin fin. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto